What's up, everybody? This video you're watching is my SummerSlam 2015 review video. SummerSlam was last night on the WWE Network. If you missed it, if you did not see it, I feel sorry for you, because it was only $9.99 and it was a 4-hour show. It started with a kickoff show, 1 hour kickoff. So you had 5 hours of SummerSlam coverage and 4 hours of matches and the show. Kickoff show, nothing happened. They just talked about it at the desk with Renee Young, Booker T, Corey Graves, and Byron Saxton. They had no matches, and Kevin Owens did come out onto the set, and he interrupted Booker T and got in his face and basically was pissed off at Booker T for talking about him for months and months. I almost thought Kevin Owens was going to take out Booker T, but he did not. I'll get to the matches now. On the card, SummerSlam 2015 started off with Jon Stewart, the host, in the ring. I believe he said, welcome to SummerSlam, and then he introduced WWE Hall of Famer, hardcore legend Mick Foley. He introduced him. Mick Foley comes out. Jon Stewart says he has a problem with Brock Lesnar because Brock ended the streak, and Jon Stewart is still angry about that because he's a wrestling fan. So he's still pissed off that The Undertaker's streak was ended by Brock Lesnar. So he gets Mick Foley in the ring and he says, Mick, let's go get Brock Lesnar and let's go find Brock Lesnar. And then Mick Foley, and then he brings up the Hell in a Cell match. And then Mick Foley tells him, John, do you realize that was 17 years ago? So Mick Foley he's not a full-time wrestler anymore. The guy is retired. I'm glad he's retired because he does not need to be taking any more bumps. His body, I'm sure, is really beat up and hurt. So he doesn't need to be wrestling anymore. And I think he's even 50 years old now, is Mick Foley. I think he turned 50 this year. So Mick Foley says, I'm not going to find Brock Lesnar with you because I'm scared to death of Brock Lesnar. So then Jon Stewart is all alone. Then later on, they show him in a backstage segment with Stephen Amell, whatever his last name is, the Arrow star. And Neville's there, and I think Jon Stewart is with his son also. They're standing backstage, the lights go out, and a figure walks past them. It looks like The Undertaker to me. And then some smoke comes into the camera and follows The Undertaker, and there's smoke behind him that comes out in front of Jon Stewart. And then they all look scared to death and pretty surprised. And then later, Jon Stewart backstage in a segment again tries to confront Brock Lesnar, knocks on his door of his dressing room. And then Paul Heyman answers. And then Paul Heyman basically slams the door on Jon Stewart and laughs and starts talking to Brock Lesnar behind the door that you wouldn't believe who was out there. Jon Stewart was out there talking about The Undertaker's streak and whatever. First match was Sheamus versus Randy Orton. It was a decent match, but I was pretty boring, I thought. Nothing against Randy Orton. He's a hell of a talent. And he did his best, but he lost. So Sheamus wins and beats Randy Orton. I believe he hit 2 bro kicks, maybe 3, I don't remember. But I really wanted Randy Orton to win, and I predicted Randy Orton to win, but he lost. So I'm 0-1 so far. And I'm really glad Sheamus did not cash in, because I don't want to see the guy cash in anytime soon. And if he does cash in, I hope he loses, because I really dislike the guy. And I don't just dislike Sheamus because how stupid he looks. I have disliked him for a very long time, so I'm not changing my mind and being two-faced and saying I used to like the guy, because I never, ever, ever have liked Sheamus, and I never will. So I wish Randy would have won, but he lost. It's not a big deal. I'm not upset about it. Up next was the tag team title match, I believe. Fatal 4-Way. You had Los Matadors, Lucha Dragons versus Primetime Players, the Champions, and the New Day. And I predicted the New Day would win the tag team titles, and they did. Before the match, they were on the microphone. They started singing, "Let's give it up," something about "let's give it up," a rip-off on the Jay-Z song, New York, New York. They basically sang that, but they put in New Day, New Day, New Day. It was pretty entertaining. I can't sing, but whatever, I tried. That was really entertaining before the match started. The New Day are heels, I guess, because they did rip New York City and call it filthy and disgusting and dirty before they got in the ring. So they are heels, but they're going to get cheered no matter what. In New York City, in Brooklyn, they're going to get cheered because the crowd loves to cheer heels. Anyways, New Day is fucking great. They're super entertaining. I really like them, and I'm glad they won the tag team title. So New Day is the new tag team champions for the second time. New Day, new WWE tag team champions. So I predicted that match right. Up next was Stephen Amell, Arrow, the star of Arrow, the TV show, and Neville taking on King Barrett and Stardust. I predicted Neville and Arrow, Stephen Amell would win, and they did win. And Stephen Amell looked pretty decent in the ring for having his first ever wrestling match on a live pay-per-view. He looked way better than fucking Jay Leno looked in '98 in WCW. He even looked better than Dennis Rodman. And Stephen Amell looked better than David Arquette. David Arquette could not wrestle at all, period. He sucked. He was not a wrestler, and he couldn't pull off any moves, really. Or he didn't look convincing. And I still have no fucking clue why WCW decided and Vince Russo decided to give David Arquette the WCW World title. That was fucking ridiculous. Anyways, back to SummerSlam. Stephen Amell, Arrow, and Neville win. Neville hits the Red Arrow. Awesome looking move. And Neville is just... the moves this guy does, off the top rope, off the second rope, the flips he does, the type of moves he does is just out of this world amazing. The guy is a super, super talent, is Neville. And I could see him being an Intercontinental Champion or U.S. Champion in the future. The guy is super talented. And he should get an Intercontinental title run. And for Stephen Amell, he did that dive off the top rope. That was pretty impressive. And pretty, I'm sure that took a lot of balls for him to do that. Because if I did that, I'd be pretty damn scared jumping off the top rope. But you had Stardust and Barrett were on the floor. They basically caught him. So I'm sure he didn't get hurt at all. Up next was, I believe, I think it was, I'll just say it was Ambrose and Roman Reigns. I don't know if this match is next or not. I think it was. Or maybe the Intercontinental title match is next. So I'll talk about that. Up next, the Intercontinental Championship Triple Threat match. Triple Threat rules. Ryback defending the Intercontinental title for the first time, I believe, on pay-per-view. At least, I think so. I'm pretty sure he defended it before on a Raw or SmackDown. So, I predicted and I wanted The Miz to win. I'm not a fan of Ryback as the Intercontinental Champion. He's really boring to me. Really boring. And Big Show, you know what I think of Big Show? I think he should retire as soon as possible. So, Ryback wins and retains the championship. I don't got a problem with it, but I wanted Miz to win. I thought Miz to get another Intercontinental title run that could be good for him. So I was wrong. I took a loss in that match. Ryback wins and retains the Intercontinental title. Up next was, or maybe this was right after the New Day tag title win, Ziggler versus Rusev. Dolph Ziggler with Lana. And my God, Lana in that tight skirt, mini skirt, my goodness, she looked hot as hell. Her legs and her ass, oh my goodness, her body is tremendous. Anyways, Dolph Ziggler with Lana, Rusev with Summer Rae. They're building this storyline to go to a mixed tag match. It's obvious. Anybody with a brain can see that. So, Dolph Ziggler and Rusev, double count out. That's how it ends, with a double count out. I didn't like the finish, but it happened, and we can do nothing about it. Night of Champions, the next pay-per-view, you will probably see a mixed tag team match between Dolph, Lana, Summer, and Rusev. But I'd rather see the mixed tag on a Monday Night Raw. But I don't think that will happen. It should happen tonight. They could put on a mixed tag match because they're in Brooklyn, and hopefully tonight Raw is a big show because it's in New York again. They could do the mixed tag, but I don't think they will. But they should. So, double count out. I had Dolph Ziggler winning. Nobody won. So, that match is thrown out. I don't take it as a loss or a win on my record of predictions for SummerSlam. Up next, Ambrose and Roman Reigns against the Wyatt family. Ambrose and Roman Reigns win. They defeat Luke Harper and Bray Wyatt. This match was pretty boring to me. It was just a regular tag team match. It wasn't anything special. Nobody turned heel on anybody. There were rumors Ambrose was going to turn heel on Reigns. Maybe Reigns could turn heel on Ambrose. That just doesn't make any sense to me. It just doesn't. I mean, they could turn Roman Reigns heel if they want him to be a heel and to start getting booed, because he already gets booed. So that could help his career being a heel. But I don't see it happening anytime soon. So Ambrose and Reigns win. I had them losing. So I take another loss on my record. Up next was the WWE World Heavyweight Championship versus the U.S. Championship title for title. Seth Rollins defending the WWE Championship against John Cena in the U.S. title. Both of their titles on the line. And this was a pretty damn good match. I enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it. Rollins hit some awesome moves. He's a super talent. And I'm really happy that Seth Rollins won the U.S. title and beat John Cena, because he deserves it. He deserves to still have the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. And now he has a U.S. title. So Seth Rollins really deserved to win, and he does not deserve to lose a title to end his run, because the guy is a good champion, and he's good for the WWE to be the champion. Seth Rollins is the future, and I hope that WWE stands behind Seth Rollins and lets him have a very long title run going into WrestleMania 32. So Seth Rollins becomes a new United States Heavyweight Champion. That was great. that was very good. I'm happy it happened. And I predicted Seth Rollins would win before SummerSlam, and he did. I was not shocked at all that Seth Rollins beat John Cena. I thought it would happen, and I'm glad it did. And I'm glad WWE let it happen. Whoever made the decision to put Seth Rollins over, that was the right decision, bottom line. And Jon Stewart comes in, gets involved with a chair, because on a previous Monday Night Raw a couple months ago, Seth Rollins talked a lot of trash to Jon Stewart. He even showed up on Jon Stewart's Daily Show. He even showed up on there threatening to kick his ass. So Jon Stewart had a chair. I'm sure a lot of people thought he was going to attack Seth Rollins, but he didn't. He hits John Cena in the gut with the steel chair. I loved it. I loved it. I marked out like a motherfucker. When Jon Stewart did that to Cena, I loved it. And I was very happy. And then he puts the chair down. Seth Rollins pedigrees John Cena on the chair. 1, 2, 3. Seth Rollins becomes a new U.S. champion. And now he is still the WWE World Heavyweight Champion. He retains that title. And he adds the U.S. title. Where are they going with this? I don't see them letting Seth Rollins hold on to 2 titles for months and months, because WWE does not do that. So, probably in a month, maybe, I don't know, they will probably strip Seth Rollins of the U.S. title and put it up in a tournament or something. So Rollins versus Cena was good. I enjoyed the match, and I really enjoyed the outcome. Up next was, let's see, the Divas Elimination Tag Team Match. Triple Threat 3-way Divas Elimination Match. I really thought it was going to be elimination style, that every member of the team had to be eliminated to win. But WWE decided to not do that. Why? I don't know why. It would have been way better to have, like, the Team Bella, 3 Team Bella members against Becky Lynch alone, or Paige alone, or Charlotte alone, and then they could have overcame the odds and defeated Team Bella 3-on-1. That would have been way more entertaining. But they had Team Bad, Sasha, Tamina, Naomi. Team Bad gets eliminated when Tamina gets pinned by Brie Bella. So Team Bad is gone. And that pissed me off, because I wanted to see Sasha Banks work and get in the ring and work a lot. But they didn't let her. But she did work a hell of a lot at NXT TakeOver Brooklyn. She had a great match, and I'm sure it took a lot out of her. So it was a good thing that Sasha Banks didn't have a one-on-one match, because the night before she busted her ass, and I'm sure she was tired and she deserved a break. So she was in a tag match and she got a break. Anyways, it's not even Team Bad to me, it's Team Boss, Team Sasha Banks, because she is the only member of the team that I care about and that I am invested in. Anyways, Team Bad gets eliminated first, with one member getting eliminated, and then the entire team is gone. That is very stupid rules. They should never, ever again have an elimination match and just eliminate. When one person gets eliminated, the entire team is gone. That is pointless. That is stupid. And I hope WWE never does that again, and they learned from their lesson of doing that crap at SummerSlam. So it's Team PCB, and Team Bella left. Paige is in the ring a long time, really getting beat down by Alicia Fox, and then Brie Bella was kicking Paige, a lot of kicks to her chest. So Paige was basically getting the shit beat out of her for a very long time without tagging out. And being able to tag out because she was getting beat down. basically the entire match. And Paige had some new ring gear on. I believe the bottoms she was wearing, the bottom tights. I did not enjoy them. I thought they looked really weird, and I didn't like the design of them. I just thought they looked really bad. I liked her old design of just black leather tights, or whatever you want to call them, bottoms, whatever. I didn't like the new design of Paige's bottoms, but who cares what I think. I have no problem with the design and the style of her top. That looked fine, but the bottoms, that looked stupid as hell. Anyways, Paige tags out to Charlotte. Charlotte gets in, beats the crap out of Team Bella for a while, and then Becky Lynch gets in and gets a victory pinfall. So Team PCB wins the Divas elimination matchup for the Diva Revolution to continue. And I really expect Nikki Bella, after she beats AJ Lee's record as being the longest reigning Divas champion of all time, after that, probably in about a month, probably at Night of Champions, Nikki Bella will lose the Divas title to Charlotte. Charlotte, Becky, or Sasha, I predict, will be the new Divas champion. One of those three. Team PCB wins and is victorious, and I predicted they would win, and I'm really happy they won because I'm a fan of all three members of Team PCB. I love them all. They're great talents. And Team PCB, that name, if you say it, like, I just say PCB. Sounds like a drug, in my opinion. Like LSD, or just say, if you said on the street to someone, hey, can you get me some PCB? They'd probably think you're talking about a drug. So they should probably change that name, because it just sounds like a drug reference to me. PCB sounds like a drug. But I understand it stands for Paige, Charlotte, Becky, obviously, whatever. I'm happy Team PCB won. Very happy they won. Up next was The Undertaker and Brock Lesnar in the main event of SummerSlam 2015, The Beast versus The Dead Man. The rematch that was too big to take place at WrestleMania. It's how they kept building it. This rematch was too big to take place at WrestleMania, so it takes place at SummerSlam. And I was happy to see The Undertaker back wrestling at a SummerSlam, because he hasn't done it since 2010 or 2009, so seeing Undertaker on SummerSlam was great. The guy is an all-time great WWE icon. For the match, Brock Lesnar, the minute Undertaker gets in the ring, Brock Lesnar attacks him, grabs him by his coat, throws his ass down in the ring, and Taker, I thought, was going to die from Brock Lesnar, because Brock Lesnar is that furious and that ferocious. The guy is a beast, the guy is a freak in the ring, and by him doing basically anything, or him taking you to Suplex City, you probably could die. So, this match was much better than I expected, because WrestleMania 30, I thought their match was shit. The match was crap at WrestleMania 30 because Undertaker did get a concussion, and he was out of it most of the match. He did not perform well at all versus Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania 30. Brock Lesnar dominated The Undertaker, but it was because Undertaker had got a concussion in the match. Last night, SummerSlam 2015, Undertaker competed and looked like he belonged in the ring with Brock Lesnar. I think the guy's 50 years old now. Undertaker just turned 50 this year. I believe his birthday was in March or April. Anyways, Undertaker looked like he belonged in the ring this time with Brock. He gave Brock a hell of a fight. He had a lot of heart, and he kept getting up and fighting Brock Lesnar. I mean, he got F5 through a table. That was awesome to see. Undertaker got back up, got in the ring, so he didn't get counted out. And then they were both laying on their back, and Brock sat up first, and then Undertaker sat up, and Brock was laughing. He was busted open, bleeding, and then he was laughing because he's nuts, dude. The dude is a beast for real. He is a beast. So he was laughing, and he's a badass. If you're not afraid of Brock Lesnar, if he came up in your face and you weren't afraid of him, there's something really wrong with you. Because I'd be afraid of him. Because the guy is just a monster and he could kill me and break me in half. Anyways, Taker sits up, looks over at Brock and mocks him and starts laughing, going, like, mocking Brock Lesnar laughing. That was funny as hell to see. That was funny and crazy. I laughed out loud. It was just funny. And then after Taker laughed back at Brock, then they started drilling each other, punching each other in the face over and over and over. So that was an awesome exchange. And then the finish. Brock Lesnar locks on the Kimura, the arm bar, the arm lock, whatever you want to call it. It's called the Kimura. It's not an arm bar, it's a Kimura. Kimura lock. He has broke Shawn Michaels' arm, Mark Henry's arm, Triple H's arm twice, I believe. Not for real, I'm just saying storyline-wise, he has broken people's arms with that Kimura lock. Has it on Taker. The referee is on the other side of the Undertaker, on the right side of the Undertaker, and Undertaker on the left side taps. He taps out. He goes like this on the side of his ribs. He goes like that and taps out. So the bell rings. The bell rings. And the crowd is pretty goddamn confused. I was pretty confused. I thought, what in the fuck are they doing here? What type of finish is this? It was confusing. It was odd. It was weird. I didn't know what was happening. I didn't know who won. And the referee goes over, starts yelling at the ring timekeeper, yelling at him, I'm the referee. I make the decision when to end it, and I didn't end it. And the timekeeper somehow, I don't know how he could see it, but he saw the Undertaker tap out, so he rang the bell. And the timekeeper decided he would become the referee from the outside of the ring, so he rings the bell. So Brock Lesnar goes like this, puts his hands up like he's a winner, and he wins it. Taker gives him a low blow, and then I believe he locks on Hell's Gate again. And then before Brock passes out from Hell's Gate, Brock goes like this in Taker's face and then passes out. That was an awesome finish. To have Brock pass out, so he did not tap out. He did not get pinned. He did not submit. So Brock, in my opinion, Brock Lesnar won the match. Controversial, really weird, odd finish. But in my opinion, Brock Lesnar won the match because Taker tapped out first. They showed the goddamn replay after the match. They kept showing the replay. Here it is. Here's Undertaker tapping out. And the referee did not see it. So Taker did tap out before Brock passed out. So in my opinion, Brock Lesnar won. And Brock Lesnar is still undefeated versus The Undertaker. He's defeated Taker 4 times, and Taker has defeated Brock 0. But the goddamn referee's decision is The Undertaker wins. Because Brock passed out, so The Undertaker wins. It ends in a controversial ending. Very weird finish to do that. I mean, you just, instead of ringing the bell they should have just said the referee did not see the referee did not see the Undertaker tapping out. Paul Heyman saw it. He was on the side of where the Undertaker tapped out. Paul Heyman was screaming at the ref. He tapped out. He already tapped out. Heyman was pissed. After the match, he got on the microphone and he said, I'm going to try to do a Paul Heyman imitation or impression here. He said, "Your winner, Brock Lesnar." So that's Paul Heyman was pissed and angry, and I don't blame him. He deserves to be pissed and angry because the referee was an idiot. I mean, you can't expect the ref to see the tap out because he wasn't on the side of where the Undertaker was tapping out. But the ref should have been over there looking for the goddamn tap out. So the referee did I believe it's Charles Robinson. He did an awful job at being a referee of one of the biggest rematches in WWE history. One of the biggest matches of the year was Taker and Brock at SummerSlam, and the referee fucked up. Awful finish, but I did love the match. I thought it exceeded my expectations. I thought it wouldn't be as good as it was, but it was very good, and I enjoyed it, and I'll probably watch it back before Raw tonight. And I'm going to probably watch back Rollins and Cena again, because I was mostly on Twitter during that entire match. I didn't watch much of it, but obviously I know Rollins won. So I'm going to probably watch Rollins, Cena, and Taker Brock before Raw starts on the network. So, this was my SummerSlam Review 2015 video. My record, my predictions. I went 5-4. 5 wins, I predicted right. 4 losses. And the double count out between Ziggler and Rusev, that was thrown out. That wasn't a loss or a win for me. So I picked 5 matches right, and 4 matches I predicted wrong. So I went 5-4 in my predictions. Anyways, hope you enjoyed my SummerSlam Review 2015 video. Enjoy Raw tonight. If you're watching, I'll be on Twitter or if you're on Twitter while you watch Raw, I'll be on Twitter at TNA WWE Guy live tweeting Monday Night Raw like I have for the past 3-4 years on Monday nights on Twitter at TNA WWE Guy. Bye for now, everybody.